What's going on, guys? It is Gamer Junior here, back to you with another video. And okay, so let me talk about a few things before I get into this. So I haven't been able to upload the past couple days, and that is partially coincidence and my fault. On Saturday I was out all day, and this was unexpected, so I didn't even have time to record. I was supposed to record earlier today, but I didn't get to that, sadly, because I honestly didn't know what to record. But I thought I would record this because there are a couple people I know who have asked me to do something like this. I'm going to show you how to do some basic editing, or at least the editing that I know how to do. So I'm going to open up a file that I did. Let me find it. There it is, right here. So we'll just do some Balloons Tower Defense gameplay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna drag this down a little bit. Now you guys don't have to do this, but this is just what I do. Oh, that's why I just messed that up, but oh well, I'll show you what I'm doing in just a second. So when you drag it down like that, you'll notice that there are other spots. There's a video spot and audio spot, and they switch. Their video, audio, video, etc. So they'll switch like that. So I always leave 3. I'll put text on the top because this is just like layers. So whatever's on the top layer is going to show up front. So what I always do is I put text, music, like not background music, but audio sounds, and then right here will be pictures. So okay, so let's start here. So I want to start where the actual gameplay starts. So let me quickly do this. This is a frame skip, right? So this will skip frame by frame. So there's a loading screen. Okay, alright. So right about here. So you're gonna right click and you're going to go to split. Okay, and that's gonna split it just like so. And the part that you want to delete, you're gonna want to right click on that and press delete so that it's gone. Now if you want to get fancy, what you can do is this little tiny blue thing right there. When it makes an angle like that, fade in offset, you can move that up however long you want. So let's do it to right there and let's see what that looks like if we press play. So as you see, you get that little fade in offset right there. And you can also do the same over here with the fade out offset. So I can show you what that looks like. Let me go a little bit further than that. Now, as you can see, look, it starts to fade out just like that. Okay, so that's how you do the fading stuff. Now, let's get to the part, like the text and the images and all that. So let's go back a little bit. Right before I place this monkey, I'm on the right side. So let's go right here. Let's say you want to do it right here. So you'll go to your track, you'll click insert text media. Okay, now I'd recommend downloading a custom font, but I'm just going to use one that I already have downloaded. This is what I use whenever I add text to my videos, and I always keep it at 24 font. And I'll just put wizard, if I could type wizard, just like that. And then you can add an animation to it. The better computer you have, the easier and more of these you'll be able to put in. But I'm not going to do animations right now just because it's not a whole point. It's pretty self-explanatory in what they do. This right here, you can move it around, you can enlarge it, you can make it super small. Let's keep it about right there. Okay, let's say I wanted it to be right underneath of the wizard, or right above it, or something like that. So what you're going to want to do is you can use this to shorten it. So you're going to want to start at the beginning of it like this, and you're going to click this thing right here. Okay, now this is where you can move it around. So you can also shrink it. Well, you can shrink it like that, and you can enlarge it. But in this case, we're going to shrink it, and we're going to move it like this. Now the F, that little white dot, represents your camera right here. Or not your camera, but where it's going to be on your video. Not really, but okay. So right there is just fine. Right there is just fine. Now let's say we wanted it to move in a circle around the wizard. So that's where it gets a little bit more difficult. So what we're gonna do here is down here you'll see a thing. It may not be clicked for you. It might be like that. But you're going to want to make sure it's blue, sync cruiser, so that when you skip frames, this moves with you. Makes it a lot easier to do. So let's go ahead. Okay, so let's move 1, 2, 3 for 5 frames. Okay, and then we're gonna move it to here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna move it to. Okay, this isn't gonna be a circle. It's more like a box. Another 5 frames, and then we're gonna move it to here. Another 5 frames, and then we're gonna move it up, and then back to here. Alright, and since that's all we're doing, we're gonna shorten it a little bit, like that. Alright, so now watch. Just like that, pretty easy. And then you can make it stay for longer if you wanted to, like it'll just sit there or something. Okay, so the next thing, images. Okay, so you're gonna wanna right click on that just so you make sure the image opens up on this track. This should be highlighted blue if you're doing what I'm doing. You're gonna go open wherever it is that you keep all your stuff. So I keep my stuff under downloads for some reason. Let's see. Let's just do a picture of Dory because I used that in one of my videos. So as you see there's Dory. Hi, how are ya? Just like you can do with this, you can shorten it. You can make it just stay longer. You know, you can do whatever with it. And just like with the text, you can make it fly around the screen or whatever it is you want to do. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to shrink it, and I'm just going to add in 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. You don't have to do 5 frames, by the way. You can do whatever you want. Like right here, right now, I'll just spam it a bunch. Now the more frames you put in between each gap before moving, that's the longer it's gonna take to get to that spot. The more amount of frames it's gonna take to get to that spot. So I'm just gonna leave it at that right there, and here's what it does. Just like that. See, as it started going along, it started taking longer for it to get to different positions because I put more gaps in between the frames. Alright, so that's how you can use photos. I recommend whenever you guys... Okay, so the main thing about this is that what it used to be, which doesn't work for me, I don't know why. You used to be able to click enable snapping, and you used to be able to cut out. Like you'd be able to click it and cut it out, but it doesn't cut out the picture, it just cuts out the background. So I just look up pictures and then type in .png after it, and it gives you transparent backgrounds, which gives you this nice clean edge, so you don't have to worry about doing that. The next step. So audio sounds are pretty self-explanatory. You can make sure it opens up here. You can go to File, Open. I'll just put in the hi, how are you thing. And I'll shorten it so that it goes just hi, how are ya? So like this. Hi, how are ya? It's not the SpongeBob one, by the way. That's a different one. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. And the last thing that I actually do in my videos is that. So let's pick a random part of the video. Let's go all the way over here, okay? And let's split it like that. Alright, now let's say that I wanted to do something like make it speed up or make like fast forward my video or put it in slow motion. And let's say I wanted to do it to this thing right here. So I would do that. I would split it. I'd click on it, Control C. I would move this out of the way like that. And then I would do Control V to paste it. Okay, so now I have 2 copies of the same exact clip. And now what I can do is, so if I zoom in on it, and I hold Control, you'll see that a little line comes underneath, a time stretch. So I can make it stretch to go in slow motion like this. So here's the clip in normal time. And here's the clip in slow motion. And you can hear it as well too. And if you wanted to speed it up, you could hold Control and bring it back. So this is what it would look like normally. And this is what it would look like in fast time. Quickly speeds through it. and then you can connect your video back to that and move on with your video. And let's say for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do what I usually do. I'm gonna put that. Oh yeah, you don't ever want to see that, because that means your video and your audio is gonna overlap, and that does not sound good. Unless it's a certain unless you're like doing a thing where you want a bunch of people talking at once for like comedy or something, you could do that. But okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this thingy right here, Event FX. Okay, and then all these things right here are different like animations or whatever that you can, or filters you can put on your thing. So the one I usually use is black and white. So I'm gonna press OK, and it's gonna, and here you can how much, like you can make it not at all, or you can make it like halfway, or you can make it completely black and white. So like when something's sad happens, you know, I'll play something and then you get your slow motion black and white feel. And that's pretty much it. I don't like what I do. I don't do a whole lot of hard editing. Like once you understand it, it's pretty easy, but I guess at first it can be kind of hard. But other than that, that's really all I do most of the time when I'm doing videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more tutorials like this on how to use Sony Vegas or how I use OBS, let me know down in the comments. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.